Hey guys, today we're looking at another controller, this one here. This is the B-Pro model from the people at FightBox, and it looks like they've revamped their logo a bit from the last time we've looked at some of their offerings. Inside the box, we have ourselves a manual and then an appropriate A to B USB cable. The device itself seems well packaged and has 17 face buttons alongside 7 aux buttons. The units from this B series have that sandwich style construction, so they are made up of a lot of different layers with the board sandwiched in the middle underneath all that acrylic. The buttons are situated high enough on the device that the meat of your palms likely won't be running up against the edge, but they are smooth and flush all the same. There's an opaque white on the top and bottom, and the rest of the internal layers are clear. The black on white looks nice, though you could also grab yourself buttons in white or red. The button caps themselves are smooth and rimless, and the sides of them nearly dome where the side and top meet. They stick up about 5 mm from the face, so your slides are passable if you require that input method for your character. Turning it over in the hands, the device is pretty smooth overall. However, there's no rubber or foam on the underside, so if you're an aggressive masher or just extra sweaty, you might have to add your own grip tape or a similar solution. There are also Etsy shops which sell custom foam backing. In regard to switches, FightBox utilizes full-size Cherry MX Speed Silvers in the B-Pro. They are quiet, linear 3-pin switches that are fairly similar to Reds, just with a bit less pre-travel. I like the switches, and really, I appreciate any time an arcade controller company utilizes hot swappable full-size switches in at least some of their offerings. I like the Speed Silvers, but if you're looking to swap to something else, then full-size means you have many more options than the low-profile variants. So these full-size switches are a win, and this is what they sound like. If you ever need to open it up, then 7 screws remove easily. Then you can separate all the layers, change caps, replace switches, or whatever else you need. Reverse the steps and it's all back together. By way of dimensions, the device clocks in around that 12 by 8 inch mark, so a fairly standard footprint, and even though it's all acrylic, the B-Pro still comes in around 2.5 pounds. This is what it looks like compared to some other FightBox offerings, as well as some other controllers. They have a USB-B connection into the device itself, which feels more old school compared to a lot of the industry going more towards C connections to try and keep things as thin as possible. I don't mind that at all, since that's what I've always associated with more traditional arcade sticks anyway. FightBox is using GP2040C firmware, and the B-Pro is compatible with PC, PS3, and Switch. Native PS4 support will require appropriate DS4 keys or compatible USB dongles or converters. That means I basically just used it on my PC during my time with the device. Still, I encountered no issues. The familiar GP2040C firmware is blazingly fast and offers lots of features, including remapping and easy switches between different SOCD modes. A user just has to hold start as they plug it into their PC, and then type this number into the URL bar to access the configurator. Gameplay was solid and everything was as expected. It also has a turbo button in the top right corner if that's a must-have for any of the games you play. Alongside the full-size switches, one of the better things it has going for it is the layout. It's not split, but I do like the 17 button count. It's in that Goldilocks zone of not too many, but still enough to remap and make use of extra features. Lots of devices seem to omit that leftmost one, forgetting players have pinkies, but not here. I'd say that the price is fair to high, with most of the B series, the Pro included, clocking in around the $100 mark. At that price point, I would have liked to see a pass-through slot or at least some LED lighting or an OLED screen. Still, hopefully you can tell if it's the right fit for what you look for in a controller. But I saved the best part until the end. FightBox sent over a review copy of the controller to feature for this video, but also an extra one for a channel giveaway. If you'd like to be entered to win, just head over to the community tab on this channel and comment your go-to training mode song or soundtrack that keeps you grinding. I've got to put together an FGC playlist. In a week, I'll randomly select a winner and mail it off. More giveaways are on the horizon. Huge thanks to FightBox for the review copy and the giveaway materials. If you made it to the end, dear viewer, then thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Support your locals, and I'll see you next time.